nail friends, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning in with me today. As you can tell by the title, I'm going to be recreating nails I found on Pinterest and make them into press-ons. I'm also going to be reading your daily horoscope depending on your sign, so stay tuned to hear all about your zodiac today. By the way, this is the nail design I'm going to be doing. However, to switch it up, I'm going to be making them duck shape. Also, I'm going to use some chrome powder. I tried to make them the same kind of blue reflective as pictured, but it did not go as planned. I still think they turned out cute though. Quick disclaimer before we get into the horoscope readings, I am not an astrologer or a licensed psychic. I just enjoy the topic and learning about astrology. With that, we'll go ahead and start our reading for June 16th, 2024 with our Geminis. Gemini, your horoscope says you may be more in need of support and encouragement than usual. Maybe you have taken on something that is challenging and you could use a little extra confidence. You may have the desire to turn to someone in your personal life, but you're talking yourself out of it because that individual doesn't have the ability to be supportive in that way. You can't know for sure, dear Gemini. Maybe they didn't see your need for it before. Reach out and you may find that you'll get what you need, and you'll also deepen an already blossoming relationship. So this one's very interesting. I personally feel like it is resonating with me today, but it's saying that if you have someone in your personal life that you're just kind of not sure if you should be sharing your ideas and things with because they haven't been supportive in the past, it's basically just saying share those ideas. This time may be different. So that was your reading or horoscope for today, Gemini. Let me know if it resonates with you, and we're going to go ahead and move on to our Cancers. Cancer, your reading says you may be carrying around a few heavy emotional burdens right now. Dear Cancer, you wish there was a big change in your life that would make everything the way you believe it should be, but you may not even think it is possible. However, someone might come along who can offer you just what you need, and the elimination of that burden will make all the other things you're dealing with seem insignificant. Don't fear that change. Give yourself the chance to see if it can work. The chances are that it can. Okay, Cancers, so it sounds like you might have an opportunity come up with someone who can give you exactly what you need, which is very, very exciting to hear. It sounds like you might have a change come up in your life that was much, much needed. So definitely welcome that with open arms. Let me know how this resonates with you today, and we're going to go ahead and move on to our Leos. Leo, your horoscope says you have the potential to go even further than you planned on with the goal you are now working on, Leo. You may reach the finish line quite easily and be satisfied with that. Yet, if you don't recognize that you can get even more out of what you are aiming for, then you might not even bother to try. Don't limit yourself with old expectations or predictions. Be aware of other doors that are opening for them and be brave enough to go for it. This could be a wonderful turning point for you. So Leo, it sounds like your horoscope is saying that you can easily reach your goal, but it's saying keep going, go even further, because you definitely can with the goal that you have. It's saying don't let certain things hold you back from trying to exceed your goals. So this definitely sounds like a great horoscope and a good outlook. Let me know if this resonates with you at all, and we're gonna go ahead and move on to our Virgos. So Virgo, your horoscope says because of your humble, modest nature, you don't always internally acknowledge the compliments and accolades you receive. You aren't one to revel in attention or flattery, but there's really nothing wrong with it. Every human needs that kind of recognition now and then, and it's good for your spirit as well as something to keep you inspired. It can also help to see how very special you are through the eyes of others. Today, Virgo, be more aware of the attention you are getting and try to acknowledge your own special gifts and traits. You are very special and you should never forget that. So it sounds like it's saying be welcoming to the attention and the compliments that you're getting today. You don't usually try to overdo it with saying or talking about your traits and characteristics and things like that. But today is saying it's okay to do that, and really it's okay any day to do that. So Virgo, this sounds like a really, really good horoscope. Let me know if this resonates well with you or how you interpret it, and we're gonna go ahead and move on to our Libras. Libra, your horoscope says there is an upside to a difficult situation you are in the process of working through. You may not see it because you are focused only on the difficulties and on the fears of how things will turn out. Tough as it may seem, this may be a gift from the universe. This may represent something you need to learn and triumph over. Hidden with the situation is something very special, a connection, a realization, or a path opening up to something you want very much. Look for that and you will see a transformation. So Libra, it sounds like your horoscope is all about perception really today. You may be really focused on the bad or obstacles and things, but it's saying focus on the good and change, I guess, direct your energy to the good. That way you can get exactly what you want. So definitely keep your eyes open and keep a positive outlook. So let me know how this resonates with you today. We're going to go ahead and move on to our Scorpios. Scorpio, your horoscope says a certain issue in your life that involves another person or two seems to be escalating. One of the other parties may be reacting in a quite dramatic way and stirring things up. If you also become agitated and dramatic, you will make the situation even more intense, Scorpio. But if you remain calm and centered and react with logic and reason, you can bring the level of intensity down. Don't contribute to the drama, be the one who gets things going in a positive direction. So Scorpio, it sounds like you're in a sticky situation. Your reading is basically saying you cannot fight fire with fire, so don't be dramatic or agitated with the person who's already bringing that kind of energy. Let's try to turn that energy into a positive light. Even though you might want to react in that way, let's bring it down. Let's try not to do that today. So that's what your reading says for the day. Let's go ahead and move on to our Sagittarius. Sagittarius, your horoscope says you are not responsible for making sure that everyone at an upcoming event has a great time. You are the quintessential host, yet whether or not this is an event you are planning yourself, Sagittarius, happiness is a personal obligation. It is not your responsibility to make others happy. If you do your best and are yourself happy and content, rather than stressed and worried, it is likely that everyone will have a much better time if you were stressed out. Let go of the burden of making things perfect and just have fun. So Sagittarius, correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like you're the kind of person that wants to make sure that everyone is in good spirits, having a great time, and you don't want to leave anyone out, but it's saying that you're not responsible for doing that. Your responsibility is your own happiness. So make sure that you focus on that today. And that is your reading for today. Let me know if it resonates with you, and we're going to go ahead and move on to our Capricorns. Capricorn, your horoscope says when you deal with issues that create anxiety, that sense of stress can sometimes continue long after the problems are resolved. You may be facing some of that now, dear Capricorn. In fact, it may be affecting you every day, but because you have gotten used to it, you are just accepting it. You don't have to. You need to consciously acknowledge that you are past all that and start accepting that things are fine. You need not expect that trouble is lurking around every corner. Raise your expectations. So Capricorn, it sounds like you may still be stuck on a situation that happened in the past, but your horoscope is saying that you need to accept that everything is going to be okay. Don't dwell on the bad and try not to be so stressed about whatever happened. I think there's more light coming your way, honestly. But that is your reading for today. We're going to go ahead and move on to our Aquarius. Aquarius, your horoscope says a seemingly small opportunity that is coming your way soon might not seem all that significant. You might even turn it down because you don't want to be bothered. What there is to gain might not seem to be worth the effort you would have to put into it. However, Aquarius, something much bigger could be hidden within that small opportunity. It could transform something else in your life and bring personal rewards you can't yet see. Be open to saying yes to an offer that arrives soon. So Aquarius, it sounds like your horoscope is saying you have an opportunity coming up, and it might seem small, but it's actually really big. So it's saying keep your ears open, eyes open, arms open, and be willing to accept it. It sounds like it might really have a big impact on your life. So look forward to that. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and move on to our Pisces. Pisces, your horoscope says you might want to be a homebody today, dear Pisces, just hanging out and tinkering in the garden, binge watching your favorite films, playing around in the kitchen with new cookie recipes, or doing something else connected to your home life. Yet someone in your personal life wants to be near you. Maybe they're even upset that you don't want to get out and about and enjoy their company. If you feel the need to stay close to home, then you should, but there's no reason you can't ask a friend to join you. It might even double the enjoyment. Why not? So Pisces, it sounds like your horoscope is saying it's okay to chill today. You don't have to be out in the streets today. But if you have someone that's in your life that wants to spend time with you, then just invite them over and hang out with them. They will probably really enjoy your company. So I think that's pretty much what I'm getting from this. If you interpret it another way or anything you want to add, feel free to leave that below. And we're going to go ahead and move on to our Aries. Aries, your horoscope says a relationship that was once fraught with conflict seems to be humming along quite nicely now, dear Aries. It's nice to not have to argue or wonder why the other person is being distant. Yet, it is very important to acknowledge to yourself why things are going so smoothly now. You may attribute this change to the other person making a change. Maybe that's true. However, you may have altered some aspect of your own behavior as well, and that has led to this more peaceful connection. If you can maintain that, you can keep things humming along nicely. So whatever you're doing, Aries, it sounds like it's going very well, and not only for you, but whoever the other person is that you're dealing with. It seems like you may be having a more smooth connection, as it says. So keep doing what you're doing. Hopefully the other person keeps it up too. And that was your reading for today. Let me know if it resonates with you, and we're going to go ahead and move on to our Taurus. So Taurus, your reading says you are encouraged to take on something new today that you didn't feel confident about in the past. This is something you cannot see yourself being very good at, such as a talent or a hobby that requires certain skills. What have you got to lose, Taurus? Sometimes you have such a deep desire to present a perfect image that you don't try new aspirations for fear of failing and not looking perfect. You have to give yourself permission to have fun more often. Start today. So Taurus, it sounds like you want to do something, but you're fearful of not being perfect. But your horoscope is saying jump right in and do it, regardless of it being perfect or not. Just have fun. You know, that's what life is about. So that was your horoscope for today. Let me know if it resonates with you. And that was our last zodiac reading for today. Hopefully you all enjoyed today's reading. Hopefully something resonated. If not, maybe next video something will. I've done all the filing and shaping of these nails that I could do. If you noticed, I did take my nail drill and created a kind of curve in the nails. I like the duck nails that have a little bit of a curve in them. And these nails, I feel like you really have to shape them. These are the nails that I got from Amazon, and I'm really honestly just trying to use them up. But I did use my nail drill to curve them in a little bit. I am applying this base coat so that I can smoothly apply my gel polish base. So that's what I'm doing here. This is my favorite base color if you didn't know. And also the reason I applied a top coat or a base coat, my bad, was so that it doesn't come off easily. I heard that when you do apply a base coat, it keeps the gel polish from chipping off. I feel like I go over the nail so many times when I apply the polish, but I'm really trying to get it on there, y'all. So I'm sorry that it seems like it takes so long, but I do want y'all to see the whole process. And so I feel like it wouldn't be as real if I didn't show like how many layers I freaking do. So for some reason I thought, okay, well maybe if I put a white French tip and then go over, with chrome, then maybe it'll come out a little lighter. And it did not work. So I thought it'd be a better alternative than doing the black French tip and then the chrome. But it didn't really make that much of a difference. Like I think if I would have used black for my French tip and went over it with chrome, it probably would have turned out the same. So I didn't really know how to like make that light blue iridescent color. But I'm still okay with how they turned out, but the chrome is definitely more of a bluish gray, which was the closest, I guess, light blue that I had, I think. But yeah, I'm gonna let this part play out for a while since it is just a repetitive step. So I will jump back on when we get to the next step. So the way I do chrome, or the way I learned to do chrome through watching so many videos, is to apply it using a silicone tool. And honestly, by testing it out myself, I found that pulling it downward rather than going up and down worked way better to apply it. I found that when I was rubbing up and down, the chrome was coming off and moving around, and it just overall was not staying in place. So I definitely suggest you go in a downward motion if you're going to be doing this. I also didn't put anything over the white to apply this, so literally right after I cured the white tip, I did go ahead and start doing my chrome. I'm also going to let this part play out for a while. It's also a repetitive step, and I'm just making sure that I dust the nails off right after each one that I do. So I am going to do the same thing in the picture with the pearls. So before I apply my pearls, I'm going to have to do a top coat on all of my nails. And then I'm going to go in with my rhinestone glue and start adding 3 pearls only on each nail. And these are how the nails turned out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.